So, as promised, I'll read you some of the principles contained in the Earth Charter. The first four principles come under the heading Respect and Care for the Community of Life. Okay, here we go. Number 1. Respect Earth and life in all its diversity. Recognize that all beings are interdependent and every form of life has value, regardless of its worth to human beings. Affirm faith in the inherent dignity of all human beings and in the intellectual, artistic, ethical, and spiritual potential of humanity. Number 2. Care for the community of life with understanding, compassion, and love. Accept that with the right to own, manage, and use natural resources comes the duty to prevent environmental harm and to protect the rights of people. Affirm that with increased freedom, knowledge, and power comes increased responsibility to promote the common good. Number 3. Build democratic societies that are just, participatory, sustainable, and peaceful. Ensure that communities at all levels guarantee human rights and fundamental freedoms and provide everyone an opportunity to realize his or her full potential. Promote social and economic justice, enabling all to achieve a secure and meaningful livelihood that is ecologically responsible. Number 4. Secure Earth's bounty and beauty for present and future generations. Recognize that the freedom of action of each generation is qualified by the needs of future generations. Transmit to future generations values, traditions, and institutions that support the long-term flourishing of Earth's human and ecological communities. In order to fulfill these four broad commitments, it is necessary to, number 5, protect and restore the integrity of Earth's ecological systems with special concern for biological diversity and the natural processes that sustain life. Adopt at all levels sustainable development plans and regulations that make environmental conservation and rehabilitation integral to all development initiatives. Establish and safeguard viable nature and biosphere reserves, including wild lands and marine areas, to protect Earth's life support systems, maintain biodiversity, and preserve our natural heritage. Promote the recovery of endangered species and ecosystems. Control and eradicate non-native or genetically modified organisms harmful to native species and the environment, and prevent introduction of such harmful organisms. Manage the use of renewable resources such as water, soil, forest products, and marine life in ways that do not exceed rates of regeneration and that protect the health of ecosystems. Manage the extraction and use of non-renewable resources such as minerals and fossil fuels in ways that minimize depletion and cause no serious environmental damage. Number 6. Prevent harm as the best method of environmental protection, and when knowledge is limited, apply a precautionary approach. Take action to avoid the possibility of serious or irreversible environmental harm, even when scientific knowledge is incomplete or inconclusive. Place the burden of proof on those who argue that a proposed activity will not cause significant harm, and make the responsible parties liable for environmental harm. Ensure that decision-making addresses the cumulative, long-term, indirect, long-distance, and global consequences of human activities. Prevent pollution of any part of the environment and allow no buildup of radioactive, toxic, or other hazardous substances. Avoid military activities damaging to the environment. Number 7. Adopt patterns of production, consumption, and reproduction that safeguard Earth's regenerative capacities, human rights, and community well-being. Reduce, reuse, and recycle the materials used in production and consumption systems, and ensure that residual waste can be assimilated by ecological systems. Act with restraint and efficiency when using energy, and rely increasingly on renewable energy sources such as solar and wind. Promote the development, adoption, and equitable transfer of environmentally sound technologies. Internalize the full environmental and social costs of goods and services in the selling price, and enable consumers to identify products that meet the highest social and environmental standards. Ensure universal access to healthcare that fosters reproductive health and responsible reproduction. Adopt lifestyles that emphasize the quality of life and material sufficiency in a finite world. Number 8. Advance the study of ecological sustainability and promote the open exchange and wide application of the knowledge acquired. Support international scientific and technical cooperation on sustainability, with special attention to the needs of developing nations. Recognize and preserve the traditional knowledge and spiritual wisdom in all cultures that contribute to environmental protection and human well-being. Ensure that information of vital importance to human health and environmental protection, including genetic information, remains available in the public domain. And the Charter goes on with 8 more principles, 4 under the heading Social and Economic Justice, 4 more under the heading Democracy, Non-Violence, and Peace. Now, having read and studied the Charter, I can't see how any right-minded person could object to the principles or the aims or even the spirit of the Earth Charter. I have to ask, How far is the human race away from realizing the principles of the Charter? Read the document, folks, and then take a long, hard look at the world you live in. Please read Principles 9 through 16, and then tell me, how could we possibly hope to realize such aims in the absence of a world government? If we are even to begin to address the planet-sized problems we now face, we need a planetary government. We need one. It seems obvious to me. Please take some time to think about it. Anyway, until next time, folks, take good care of yourselves. Peace.